3, 2,
live,
1. Here, CJ Squared, episode 35. Merry Christmas. Happy Festivus for the rest of us. Happy Kwanzaa, all that good stuff. Everything. Happy holidays. We are here tonight bringing you that fire info. You know what I'm saying? I just posted my video on TikTok. Hasn't gone viral yet, but I'm waiting, right? I'm waiting. I'm waiting for it to go. I'm waiting for something to go viral here in a little bit, right? Anyway, episode 35. We got so much going on. You got a big NFL game going on right now between the 49ers and the Titans. You got NBA. Everybody got COVID. As Joey said, COVID messed up the season again.
COVID on top.
We got fantasy basketball going on. We got fantasy football going on. We got parlay bets going on. We got everything going on here at CJ Squared. We're doing everything, right? We just ended the CJ Squared survival pool. Big shout out to C Double who won after 15 weeks. And way to do it, C Double. My man Chris shook his head because I think C Double beat out his sister Kate.
Yeah, she was.
Kate, I don't know what happened. Kate, I got to give you a shout out on TikTok. I know I've been seeing you on TikTok too, Kate. So I'm sorry, Kate.
Arizona
blew it for you. It happens, man. Like everybody, every time, like it was the Jets, the Lions, and the Jaguars. Every time those three teams, the worst teams in the league, got somebody this year. That's how it is, man. That's how it is. So, anyway, talking about CJ Squared, the CJ Squared crew is doing the Capitol Bowl, man, on ESPN. Needless to say, JB is just donating $10 this year. I'm about to go 6 and 9.
I'll be joining.
Shout out my man Buttons, who is crushing it.
He's
shout out my man Chris, who is crushing it. C Double, yeah, he's all right. Hot. You're in last place, bro. But I don't know what's going on. It's still like 30 more games to go. You never know what's going to happen. But still, man, now,
very early.
I officially stink.
Well, the problem is you're going to have to start now picking teams you don't necessarily want to pick to try to go different.
Nah, I'm just picking whoever, man. I'm picking who I feel gonna win. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go with sack. All right, they gotta flag.
Have they covered? Have they decided to cover AJ Brown yet?
No, they have not decided to cover AJ Brown. I'm going against AJ Brown in my ESPN league, and right now he is killing me. Thank you, AJ Brown, for killing me this week. Hopefully, my receivers can step up.
Well, AJ Brown is killing, and Tannehill must be doing something because I got Chris in one of these leagues. So I need that.
Dude, Tannehill got 15 completions and like triple him to AJ Brown.
Just one guy.
Right? Tannehill ain't doing much, man. He ain't doing much. He's not even running. So, but they punting right now. 4th and 10, 5 minutes and 50 seconds left.
Tennessee
is punting, so it's a big drive for the 49ers. 49ers are up 10-0. Wow, so big game for them. I mean, if they lose, they still going to be in their playoff spot, but the Titans going to secure that. Hey, I need the Titans to win, just so y'all know. Me, C Double, and my brother, we in this best record pool, and the loser got to give up $50 to the winners. To the winner.
Oh, that's interesting.
And one of my teams is the Titans, so I need them to win, right? To keep pace. And look, and I had to let them know that we had to add a tiebreaker too, because last year they were complaining about it. Tiebreakers, blah, 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 blah. You didn't say tiebreakers before the season started. This year I did, and my teams own the tiebreakers against all their teams. So as long as we end up with the same number of wins,
you got the tiebreaker.
I get that $100 in my pocket for my brother and C Double. You know what I'm saying? Because look, I have the Titans and the Packers. C Double has the Bills and the Bucs. My brother has the Chiefs and the Rams. The Titans beat the Rams, the Chiefs, and the Bills. The Packers lost to the Chiefs, but we did beat the Rams. So I own major tiebreakers in that right now. So, but anyway, the next thing we're going to talk about this Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, my C Double called me this week. He was like, JB, who should I start? Mullins, Fields, or Hurts? Because I think Hurts will get pulled. I said, well, if you're scared of Hurts, you should play Fields. But Hurts went out there and had a big game. He had 2 touchdown passes. He had a touchdown running. So the question I'm gonna pass on to my mans is Joey and Chris. Is has Jalen Hurts done enough to be a starter next year for the Eagles? So what do you think, Joey?
Joey raising his hand.
Thank you, Chris and JB. I've done some. Number one, let me just explain to you all. I am a huge Jalen Hurts fan. I am very upset that he is going to be terrorizing my Giants for the next 5 to 6 years.
Your Giants.
Yes, my Giants. Number one, I think Jalen Hurts he has showed flashes. He by no means is a lock to be the Eagles starting quarterback. But here's what I love. Number one, next year the Eagles have 10 draft picks as of right now. 10 draft picks. Number two, 3 of those draft picks are in the first round. Number 3, 2 of those draft picks are in the top 15. All they're going to do is add to that offensive line that's going to help keep him upright. They've got playmakers on the outside. This is coming from a Giants fan. I love the connection that Hurts has developed with Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith is having a pretty decent year for a rookie wideout, not on Chase's level, but I think for the most part, with a quarterback who is going through his first season being a full-time starter, I think the Eagles are actually sitting pretty well. They're one game out of the playoffs. I don't think anyone saw that, and that's partly because of the starting quarterback. So I should like where they are sitting currently. Next year, I think is going to be even better. I'm very jealous about what the Eagles have going on for them, and I think as Jalen Hurts develops, I think they may be nipping at your Cowboys, JB. I think they may be nipping at your Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm seconding Joey. I think that with his ability to run, I still think he has a ways to go as a passer. But as a guy who can run, we saw even when he played horrible against the Giants when they lost. When he just kind of just took off or just kind of simplified his game, or took what was in front of him, and if nothing was there, ran. I think he's kind of still that quarterback. Kind of who he was in college, just maybe a single read guy and then take off running, that type of guy. I don't know how complex of Joey's out of there.
He's still there. He's just having some technical difficulties.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think what's going to help him is the fact that there is, because Joey mentioned they have a bunch of picks and a bunch in the first round, that they're on maybe if there was a guy who was a Trevor Lawrence type that they could jump up, cobble all these picks together, jump up and go get them, but there's nobody that's worth doing all that. So I think, like Joey said, they're just going to maybe get talent around him. We saw what they ran the ball all over the Washington. So if they can actually start moving the ball like that and take away from him having to be just a drop back passer. He's had 10 rushing touchdowns. He's only threw 14. He's 25th in touchdowns and 23rd in passing, but he's second in rushing. So he's going to give you that kind of numbers, But that's kind of how a lot of these teams in the NFL are going. Look at Arizona, you look at Baltimore. I mean, that's a way to go now. So will he ever be elite? I'm not sure if he's going to ever be that level of guy. But we've seen Lamar Jackson win an MVP. I mean, he hasn't done it at the playoff level, but we've seen a guy with that style. I don't think he's that electric as those two, but I think he has kind of that capability. So I like where they're going with him. And if they make the playoffs, I don't know how you can go away from him, actually. So, yeah, I think they'll stay with him. JB.
Oh, that was good, man. I like everything that you guys said, except for Joey saying they nipping at the Cowboys. No, that's not going to happen because the Cowboys. The one thing the Cowboys have improved on is their defense. So that defense for the Cowboys is Steve. Oh, look at Debo. Debo is a monster.
Yeah, I think I'm playing against him somewhere.
Yes, Joey is too. So yeah, go ahead, Debo. Do your thing. Anyway. So as I was saying, for me, I think he has done enough as a starter. If he's not starting in Philly, he's gonna be starting somewhere. There isn't a QB that's a free agent or a QB coming out of the draft that's better than this guy. I think he's gonna need some more time to develop. But I mean, he's a good player. I mean, he's leading the team in rushing. He's leading the team. Got 10 rushing touchdowns. I mean, like Chris said, the NFL is not like it used to be. Everybody doesn't have drop back quarterbacks who just drop back every play and pass the ball. That threat of running the ball is important. And, you don't want the QBs to get hurt. But if they can use their legs and make plays, you don't want to hold them back from doing that. And Jalen Hurts is one of the best at doing that right now. He's in that, he's in that Josh Allen, Kyler, Lamar conversation. Those four guys are probably, I can't think of another guy who is a dual threat.
Oh, don't you probably hear Allison in the background with Justin Fields. He's gonna be there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Justin Fields too, who is, he's a rookie. I'm guessing he's gonna be probably on that level next year. He's gonna be next year, he's gonna be Jalen Hurts next year.
Yeah.
Right. I think Justin Fields is a better passer than Jalen Hurts. And he probably is a better athlete too, because Justin Fields can move.
Yeah,
big guy can move. So, looking forward to his development too. But Hurts is gonna if Philly gets rid of Hurts and start somebody else, good. Because then I won't have to worry about him.
Hopefully,
Joey, you take him over your boy Danny Dimes
in a heartbeat. Right now, in a heartbeat.
Of course he would.
I'm not leaving Danny Dimes yet. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. But in a heartbeat, yes. I also love the fact that Hurts does not. I mean, can he? I don't know how many times. Chris, how many times did he throw the ball to the Giants the first time they played it? Was it 3 times?
Yeah, I think he had a bunch of picks that game.
So he's
the problem was at the beginning of the year, the coaching staff, they felt that they wanted to pass the ball all the time and not establish a run.
Correct.
And I mean, when they played the Cowboys, the first half they played the Cowboys, they ran the ball 3 times and they found themselves down big.
Yeah, that's not their.
Why? You gotta, I mean, everybody wants to do analytics and do everything, but running the ball is important in the NFL. Look at the Bucs last year, playoff Lenny. It wasn't all Tom Brady. Tom Brady was Super Bowl, but it wasn't Tom Brady. Playoff Lenny. Ayuk with a touchdown. Wow.
You gotta play with. You gotta play with what you got. You gotta play with your personnel. So, all right. Let me ask you this then: would you take Hurts or Tua right now?
Taking Hurts.
Joey, you taking Hurts? If you're the Giants.
Taking Hurts. The Giants ain't got no O-line. They better get somebody that can run.
I second that. Well, I also like the fact that Tua's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
And Hurts he's missed 1 game. Tua's missed what? More than 10 games?
Man, this dude, his name is Hurts, man. He's going to get hurt too.
All right.
I guess so we're all in agreement. So, I mean, I think we're all kind of agree that he's at least bought himself another year, I think.
Yes,
he should. I mean, unless, Philly got a bunch of draft picks, like Joey said, they can do a lot with those draft picks and build around them. on that line and probably on the defense. I mean, they got a lot of high draft picks, so they're in a good position. So do the Giants. The Giants got a bunch of high draft picks too, right? They traded with Chicago, and
That's
they got a lot of
Hurts. They
draft
got
picks as well.
with the top 10, 2 of the top 10.
Yeah. So the next thing, so yeah, we think Hurts can be a starter next year. Definitely a fantasy QB1 next year, no doubt, with the running ability. Now, talking about football still, talking about the NFL, talking about the Tampa Bay Bucs, right? Who, man, just lost Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, hamstring, Fournette was on an IR with a hamstring. They are bringing Antonio Brown back, Mr. Vaccine Card, and they got Ronald Jones as well. But do you guys think that with all the injuries mounting, that the Bucs are still maybe the Super Bowl favorite and can make the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I'll take this one first. I already know where Joey's going to go because we know he's a Tom Brady guy, so we already know where
he's what we call a FR, aka a front runner. The front runner, man.
He loves
front runner. Everybody's like
rolling.
Is somebody who's well established. You never like the underdog. You never like the guy. You never like the guy who is trying to come up. You like the Tom Brady's, the Bill Belichick's, the Mike Krzyzewski's of the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he definitely does.
You don't like nobody else. Well, go ahead, Chris.
I believe it when I see it.
Believe it when you see it, huh?
Well, I think I still think they're below. To me, they're still below Green Bay. If I'm putting my money on it, I think Green Bay had them last year. We saw a couple plays that Green Bay made that just kind of you shook your head at where, I know as far as fantasy wise, we know Aaron Rodgers didn't light it up, but he looks, he looks comfortable every week. And I mean, even when they get down, he doesn't.
He's 7 for the year.
I mean, he never seems like he's really. Allison always says he looks chill and cool. He never really looks like he's nervous or anything. He just goes out and does his thing. Their defense is playing really well. And it looks like to me now with A.J. Dillon, that they've got that 1-2 punch there, and they're not always having to go to Devontae Adams all the time. I mean, there's games where you see him, he doesn't even touch the ball for the first quarter or something. So to me, I think these injuries are going to start to mount up. Losing Godwin hurts. Antonio Brown hasn't played in forever. Gronk's always kind of seems like he's nicked up. We haven't heard of Howard or Brait this year at all, really. So the one thing we've always said going into them was they were old. Tampa Bay is just old. And so they have depth, but eventually that's going to catch up to you. So to me, I just think Green Bay's got to be the favorite coming out right now. Tom Brady is still playing at an MVP level, but the fact that we saw them, what they did against the Saints, after those injuries, and it was Mike Evans, is that a hamstring? What was his?
It was a hamstring too.
Hamstring.
Yeah, so that's not a thing you want. That's not one you want to mess with to me as a wide receiver.
Your name is Julio.
Yeah, exactly. We've seen what it's done to him. So to me, I still think, they're going to be right there. It's not like you're taking them off the table. It's just, if I'm putting my money today, right now, if I'm saying who you going to put your money on, I still think Green Bay is the better team. We saw Arizona looks counterfeit a little bit, because, we had them number 1 on our power rankings. That's definitely going to drop. But, yeah, for me, it's still it runs through Green Bay right now. So, Joey, we know where you're going.
I am definitely concerned with Tampa Bay.
Oh, okay.
I think they should be concerned. They are so concerned that they had to bring back someone that committed a felony to be on their football team.
Is that a federal offense?
Committed a felony.
Yeah.
A fake vaccination card. They are so desperate that they said, we have to bring him back. We got nobody
they
else.
They signed Le'Veon Bell too.
Le'Veon, who is not relevant, not a relevant player, but maybe he'll be relevant once he gets carries. But Tampa Bay, number one, they did win the Super Bowl as a wild card team last year, right? So even though they would rather be playing home, that they could not care any. Well, at least I'm assuming that they could not care any less about if they have to go on the road or if they're going to be hosting. You know that they're going to bring you would think their A game every single time. So, but I think they should definitely be concerned with the injuries mounting up, and they do have depth. But even some of those players that they had sitting behind their starters are hurt also. So I think they can. I think if they get healthy, of course, they can still win it. But it's going to be an uphill climb. It's going to be a very, very steep hill going up if they're going to end up going back to repeat. They are one of the 4 teams in the NFC that I think can actually win it. Tampa, Green Bay, Dallas, LA. That's it.
That's it. And then he mutes himself.
All right. So, for me, I think that I don't know if Tampa's going to make the Super Bowl. I mean, they have proven they can win on the road. I know Tom Brady was very excited about winning the first division title since 2007 for the Bucs. And right now, if they win out, there's a couple possibilities, right? Let's say Green Bay wins out, Dallas wins out, Tampa wins out, and the Rams win out. There's a possibility that the Bucs can be the 4 seed, right? And because right now they're the 3 seed, and the only reason they're not the 4 seed is because the Rams don't have aren't the division leaders. It's the Cardinals. So, and the Cardinals got to go and play the Cowboys in 2 weeks. And I mean, the Bucs got a cush schedule to end the season though. They got the Panthers twice, and then they have the Jets. So but you don't sleep with the Jets though, because the Jets are the kind of team that'll beat you, right? You like, oh, the Jets, and then you lose to them, or the Lions, or the Texans, right? So don't sleep, but still, they have a good schedule, so they can easily win out. But I don't know. I can't. It's hard. Even though much as I hate Tom Brady, I can't like doubt him. I mean, they still have a good chance to do it with him at quarterback, and the defense is still pretty solid. Losing Chris Godwin is big, right? Because when you have Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown, and Mike Evans, and Gronk, you pretty much are unstoppable. But take one of them away, and the defense has a better opportunity to stop them and put some pressure on Brady and change the game. So I say I'm in the middle, but I don't think they're going to make it because I'm hoping that my boys make it. I don't. The only team that I wouldn't mind seeing in the Super Bowl besides the Cowboys is Rams. I don't want to see Aaron Rodgers because not because of fantasy, not because the whole COVID thing. He's had his opportunity. Too bad, too sad. I need my Cowboys to get back in there, and I don't mind the Rams because Matt Stafford, he's been a good quarterback for years, and that would be a really big thing for his overall legacy and going forward. Good quarterback. All right, so I think I'm gonna pass the baton over to you, Chris, for this next one.
All right, yeah. So we got talk about some fantasy football. We got the playoffs. Last week was playoffs. Last week was the first round of playoffs. How'd you guys do? JB, you want to go first? How'd you do?
I'll go first. So first round of the playoffs. I did decent. I did lose one, but I mean the guy had a losing record, and for some reason
Which league
He
was
had a
this?
losing record for the regular season, but he still made the playoffs. This was the one league I'm on, the Do Good League with the serious guys from Sirius XM. And the dude had Tyreek Hill and Brandon Cooks, and they both just went berserk. And then his QBs went berserk. So, and my team didn't do anything. I've been, without Waller playing and Swift not playing, I've been scrambling at running back and tight end for the last 4 weeks in that league. I still managed to finish 10-4. But I got eliminated in that first round. I'm still in there for the overall like points, but my Yahoo leagues, I had a bye in the one league in my school that I went 11-3 in. So I had a bye in CJ Squared for the consolation round, which I'm still mad. I should have been in the championship round since I beat 2 of the teams who were in there. And in the nobodies in the Fantasy 2 league, I beat Sonk Nation. Yes, Sonk Nation, take that. I whooped your butt. Go home. So I won that. And then I had a bye in the ESPN league, which I'm taking an L in right now because he made it because AJ Brown out here putting up big time numbers. And so I got a bye. I still got a good chance. I mean, he had AJ Brown, but I still got I got CD Lamb. I got some good players playing. I got Matthew Stafford at quarterback playing against the Texans. I'm hoping Matthew Stafford will go to try to break some records this weekend. And and so I had a pretty decent, and in the consolation round in the NFL.com league, I won, and that means I won't finish in last place. And if I beat you this week, Chris, I gotta whoever I'm playing. Am I playing you or whoever I'm playing?
Yeah,
if I beat them this week, I got a chance to play for the consolation championship to get that first pick of the draft. So I'm still in it, baby. I'm still in it.
Oh, is that what it is? That's how you play it? I didn't even realize that's what it was.
Yeah, because you never been in that round. So in the consolation round in the NFL.com, I had to change it a couple years ago because at first it was who's last place, you get the first round pick. But I noticed that person, C Double, was tanking to try to get that pick. He wasn't setting his lineup, doing nothing. So I made a rule. In order to get the first round pick, it was the consolation winner would get that first round pick.
Oh, okay. So that makes it.
And then it goes from the consolation winner gets the first pick, it's the second place, and that consolation bracket gets the second pick. So that's how that's working out.
Oh, all right. I didn't realize that. I got to actually change my roster.
Just keep it the way it is, bro. That's all. You got to worry about it.
Well, I don't know. I think I had Lockett in there at some point.
Oh, he got activated, I believe, off the COVID list. He probably go for Lockett don't do nothing unless you got him in line of playing against me. Any other week he does nothing.
He is active.
All right, I'll take it. So Joey, how'd you do?
Chris and JB, I'd like to report that I am alive in 4 semifinals. It's going to be an uphill climb. I've lost my star running backs in a few of those leagues. Unfortunately, I will not have Dalvin Cook, Austin Eckler. I am trying to find a ready replacement to fill those spots. I don't know how great of a second option I'm going to have. I'm going to need my other players to step up, particularly one receiver that I have been very high on, and so has everybody else. But he dropped like 3 passes against the Giants last Sunday. CeeDee Lamb needs to step up.
He does.
3 ugly drops that he had last week. I think that guy is going to be someone that we're going to be seeing going for 1,700, 1,800 eventually. Eventually, I really need him to step things up. I have a pretty good feeling that I may be able to win to go into the finals in maybe 2 of these leagues. Maybe 2 of them.
Fantasy 2 is not going to happen.
That's what. Yeah, aren't you two playing each other, right?
Yep, in fantasy too, we are playing each other, and
We are.
I do have Debo. Debo had 8 catches for 143.
Yeah.
So I should, it should.
Jeez, he went off again, man. He killed.
Yeah. Debo, man. I don't know, man. Dude, he did a lot of work this year. I had him in 3 leagues, man.
I wanted him and Curtis Samuels in every league, and I got Curtis Samuels in every league and Debo in none. And I targeted him in both, but it just never.
So Joey said he got a chance to get to at least 2, 5, 3, 4 finals. I got a chance to get to 3. So well, good luck, Joey. Good luck, man.
Yeah,
except for your team in the Fantasy 2 league.
I had 4. Joey knocked me out in Fantasy 2, but I knew my team wasn't that great in there.
So yeah, what the butt? That was your name of your team? What the butt?
Yeah, what the butt? Yeah, I was just all right. I haven't really caught as far as because we're doing keepers in there, but JB just came in and with no keepers and rolled through, so I can't really blame that.
Exactly. Look, y'all just threw me in there with the last hour. JB joined the league, and I'm looking at the keepers, and you guys got every freaking running back.
We cannot win. I tell you that.
Yeah.
What?
We cannot have you win that.
You cannot because I'm gonna talk all kind of trash. And for some reason, I got some good keepers too. I got Swift. I got your boy Javonte Williams in that league. I got Debo. I got Devontae Adams. I got Michael Carter. I got some.
You got some guys.
I got some guys for next year for y'all, just in case. Anyway, so yeah, buddy. But I didn't mean to cut you off, Chris.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I can't blame. I just like Najee Harris didn't. I mean, he was good for a little bit. He looked like he was going to be really good, but I mean, it's kind of just how Pittsburgh's season's been. They're just up and down.
Remember I called that early in the year? I mean, I said they have no O-line. I mean, he was having a good year. I mean, and at one point he was catching the ball so much, and in PPR leagues he was killing it. But recently they just can't block, man. He's getting like 13 carries for like 30 yards.
Well, and like we've talked about multiple times, Roethlisberger can't push the ball down the field. So
no, I'm not going to be their quarterback next year. It's going to be Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers.
I heard they wanted Rodgers.
I need to talk to the Godfather to hear
see who the Godfather wants.
What his insight is.
The Godfather has the Godfather doesn't have no credibility, man. No.
Oh, Dave, he's got inside sources.
Oh,
his inside sources mean bupkis right now. They mean nothing.
He's like, hold on, let me hear this. I got a guy.
They mean nothing.
So I think I'm playing you, Joey, in one league, right? And then in the CJ Squared League, I'm playing me and Buttons.
That's a big matchup, man.
Yeah,
we need you. I'm gonna put it on here right now. I am rooting for you in that league because that league was a league of us against them, and you're the only one of us.
Last man standing of us. I gotta hold it down.
Because Joey team straight was butt. Joe Nuff was show nothing.
Too many injuries. I couldn't do anything.
But Joey, I had no QBs. I lost, first of all, Calvin Ridley, Kareem Hunt, Alvin Kamara stayed hurt. My quarterbacks were Tyler Heineke and Ben Roethlisberger most of the year, and I still finished 8-6.
Once I had a hurt quarterback, I couldn't find. There were no other quarterbacks.
Tell me about it.
Hey,
tell me about that.
In that league, man, they're like scavengers for quarterbers, man.
Oh my God!
When a quarterback, man, they scavengers.
They're just
not having any water.
They just swarm.
Here's another thing, Joey, and this is why you got no excuse. This is why in that league, I gotta hold you to the fire. You didn't spend none of your money. You didn't spend none of your fab. You didn't make no moves. You still got $100 left in your account in that league.
I made a couple moves.
But you didn't do a waiver move to pick nobody up using your money.
Yeah, but you
That's why
notice
you
that
didn't get no quarterback.
this year, you notice this year though was different than years in the past. Where normally years in the past there might be like these guys. I don't feel like there was that one or two running backs that really popped off. Was there?
Yeah, but Joey could have spent that money on a QB.
Yeah, true. I mean, he could have gotten a QB, but I don't think it's just weird because normally you get like a guy who will just go off like out of nowhere. Like you know how Rashad Penny's doing or supposedly was doing it for the 1 week.
Last week, week before last, he blew up. Helped me in one league, but yeah.
I mean, this year didn't seem like that. Like it wasn't like that this year.
I guess you're right. You just didn't really have that guy who blew it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm also, and hopefully I can get you guys into this next year. Some best ball. We do a CJ Squared best ball. And remember, best ball is we just pick our teams. We have a draft for like 20 rounds. You pick your teams. You don't even have to set it. What it does is it takes your best scores every week of your best players. Like I'm in this best ball that I'm number 1, and my 3 receivers are Adams, Hill, Cup. And my QB is Mahomes. So and that draft is on our videos. It's I did a super flex league best ball. I did 2 of those. But yeah, best ball because I did best ball on Underdog Fantasy, and I won some money.
I did one. You sent me the link. I did one, but I only checked it once, and I was like, all right, but I don't really know what I'm doing on that one yet.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't. Sometimes you don't even check those things, man. It's just whatever you do at the end, you see if you want some money. I've done it before, but next year we still have our CJ Squared league and have a CJ Squared best ball league too. You know what's crazy? Next year, I put an email to y'all. I'm changing the divisions next year. I'm going to make 2 divisions, not 4, because I can't beat somebody twice and have them make the playoffs, and I'm sitting there like this over the fence. Like, why I want to come?
Like, why are you there? I beat
you twice. You know what I'm saying? I beat you twice, and you in the playoffs ain't got the same record. That's unheard of, but he lost first round, so I was happy about that.
So I just checked my best ball. I finished out of like 30 teams or something. I finished 4th, but only the top 2 get paid. So
is that still going on?
I mean, might be. I don't know. I'm in 4th place right now, so maybe
okay.
I got Rodgers, Mixon, Tyreek Hill. I got a decent squad.
Yeah.
Dallas Goedert. I got Ryan Fitzpatrick. Geez, what a bust of a pick that was.
I know, right?
And Mike Davis.
Yeah. Oh God, what a super bust. I mean, in the NFL league, Swartz took him in round 2. Like, man, what a terrible bust. So yeah, if I end up winning that one I told you about, I'll win $75.
Oh, you'll take that.
And I'm still winning $34 on this underdog one. So I on my best balls, I played 5 of them. I'll end up winning like $55. So I'll take that. Use it for something else. Use it for some bets on Caesars. We on our next topic. Go ahead, Chris. Next topic.
Because we'll get in. We do have a parlay we want to get into, but first we'll get into
baby. That's parlay.
We're gonna do this is our first CJ Squared parlay. We'll get into in a minute, and first we want to get into some NBA. Joey, if you had to decide today, will the Lakers make the playoffs? What do you think?
Yes, but however, they'll be in the play-in game, or they'll be number 7 seed, and they will be out within 5 games. There's what all the experts said about the Lakers coming into the season, they have been proven to be correct. They look old. They aren't a team that is being molded together like they should be. This team last year, out of the 20 players that are
Sorry about that.
20 players that are on their roster as of today, 15 of those players are new, who have not been on the team within the last few years. I'm not counting Dwight Howard. I'm not counting Avery Bradley because they've been in that actual system. So the other 15 guys that have not played on this squad before. I think one thing that is overrated, even though they are this is a loaded team. This team is loaded with vets, guys that have been in the league for more than a little bit. You would think that, these guys have been in the league for over 10 years. They know what to do. They know the ins and outs of getting through an 82 game season. No, having a team gel is something that is not underrated. And this team is having a very difficult time trying to figure out what their overall identity is. And I'm also bothered by the fact that Anthony Davis, he's still having his injury issues. But I was thinking that Anthony Davis was going to be taking over to clearly be one of the top 2 or top 3 players in the league, in the world. LeBron James is still the best player on that team, which is something that shouldn't be happening. He's about to be 37. He is clearly the best player on the Lakers, but LeBron is not LeBron. He is an older version. He's still a very good player, but he's not a player that's going to carry that team like he has carried squads before. Anthony Davis, it seems like he can't carry the load that a alpha player like a LeBron or like a KD have done. I don't think Anthony Davis.
And you forgot Giannis, baby. You forgot Giannis. You gotta say Giannis.
Giannis. Clearly, AD cannot meet those expectations, which is fine. But I don't think LeBron can expect to be in the talk of winning another championship until Anthony Davis realizes that he needs to. Well, I think he does realize that he needs to step up, but maybe he's just not that guy to take on that entire plate.
Are your kids in their car? Are your kids in their car like, dude, get to the point? They like, man, this dude long-winded.
I had to fill it in, JB.
Okay, so I'm gonna hop on the boat with you. I got the same feeling you got. I think the Lakers will make the playoffs, but right now they're the 6th seed and they're 16-16, right? And the teams below them are 15-16. So it's they either gonna be the 6th seed or they're gonna be in the play-in game. I mean, Anthony Davis is out for probably a month or so.
Yeah.
I was listening to NBA TV and they were comparing. They've been talking about. I've been hearing a lot of talk about Anthony Davis. How that you look at Anthony Davis and you look at Giannis. Giannis all well defined, staying in shape, and Anthony Davis still is injury prone. And said the reason is he probably not putting in the same work as the other guys. You know, he not in the Zion or what you call level. Your
Luka.
boy
Luka.
Luka the Don.
Yeah.
Eating spaghetti meatballs. Not. He's not at that level. But I mean, and like I said at the beginning of the year, and I think you guys mentioned it too. The Lakers on paper, they got all these shiny toys, good players. But all those good players are old, and they really don't have what we call shooters, right? Their shooters aren't really playing. I mean, they don't have the shooting that they need. And you can't, if you got to count on Russell Westbrook making jump shots, and that's not going to happen. So, I mean, the Suns went in because they killed my parlay the other night. I'm on parlay. I had the Lakers plus 6.5 at home. Suns beat them by 18. I'm like, come on, man. 18 at home, right? And anyway, no, I don't think the Lakers going to make the playoffs. Like Joey said, and I agree, they will have a quick exit, right? Unless they make some drastic changes to their roster here in the next couple of weeks. And it's everything going on with COVID, that's not happening either, right? You kind of hamstrung with what you got. You can get some players, but not many game changers. And also, I had my son up here. Makai put a little message in the chat for the stream, and he had a question. I'm gonna ask you guys, right? I answered it already from my point of view. He said this weekend should he start Devontae Johnson or Amon St. Brown? Who do you guys got? I said Johnson. Because he is a target hog, and they may need to score some points against Kansas City. Who knows? Kansas City doesn't really have Kelsey. They won't have Kelsey. Won't have Hill. So who knows what Mahomes is going to do? But what do you guys say about that one, real quick? Go ahead. First, Chris.
St. Brown went off last week, but the problem is,
yes, he did.
I don't know if you can trust. Golf is on.
Golf is on. He's on the COVID list too.
Yeah, so I mean, just that alone, I don't know if.
But they don't have Hawkinson either.
Yeah, true. So it might just be. So he had who? Deontay Johnson.
The Steelers, yeah.
And he's a guy who gets seems to get a good amount of targets. I'm always about targets, because if you give me opportunities, then at least you can ask for that. So I don't necessarily. I'm with you. I think I would go Johnson just because I don't know if I trust anyone on Detroit. I picked up St. Brown, and I should have started him last week because he went off. But I don't know if I fully would trust him. I think he is getting good amount of targets. Didn't he? I think he had like 12 or 13 targets last.
He's getting the last 3 or 4 weeks. He's had like double-digit targets.
So if you trust that that's going to continue, but I mean, who's throwing him the ball? So
that's the question. What about you, Joey?
I'm going Johnson also.
Okay.
The ball is definitely going to him. You know that. Mm-hmm. The ball will be forced to him throughout the entire game. I'm definitely going him.
All right.
Especially if it's a PPR and you get touches.
Yeah, he's probably playing in either a half point or full point. I don't know if he's even watching anymore, but I know. Yeah, only 2 watching, so who knows? If I did, I'll tell him too. I'll let him.
I mean, look at St. Brown had 80 something targets. Deontay Johnson, and he missed a game. He's had 135 targets.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a no-brainer right there.
Johnson has been consistent all year when he's played, and St. Brown has been hot recently, but with golf at QB. So, it's funny. I asked that same question today to this guy on Twitter, and he says St. Brown. Some other guys said some other guys because golf wasn't playing. So we'll see. Right? I'm thinking about going Mooney. Right, I said either I had some choices like Mooney, Ayuk, St. Brown, Davis from Buffalo since Beasley's not playing. So we'll see. I need somebody to step up because I just played against AJ Brown and he just went crazy. And Debo went for 159. I think he had 191 total yards because with his running and his receiving, so
man. Yeah, so anyway. I guess I'll put in my 2 cents on
for the Lakers.
So for me, I'm kind of with you guys. I mean, really the only reason right now is because the West is the teams that are good on paper What you got? What is it? Denver is not playing that great. Portland.
Everybody got injuries, man.
Dallas.
The top 3 teams are the ones that are winning. I mean, you got the Suns. Suns and the Warriors are the cream of the crop of the league, right? And then you got the Jazz, who are our perennial regular season winners, but in the playoffs, they just, crap the bed.
Yeah. I mean, so for me, I would think that, I wouldn't be surprised if they make the playoffs, but like you guys were saying, I don't think LeBron can go in there and just carry them through multiple series. And AD, as good as he is, I think he's more stat stuffer than he is Mamba mentality, kind of take over games. He's going to give you somehow he'll give you a quiet 28, 11, and 4, with 4 blocks somehow.
He's shooting 19% from 3. And
he should not be. I think there's a point where we want our bigs now to stretch, but there's a point where Anthony Davis should be dominating on the block. You know what I mean?
Don't want Anthony Davis don't want no parts of the paint.
No, and that's the problem is, is where you get a guy like Embiid. Embiid's the other way around, where Embiid wants to go down low, but he can come out and pop.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis is now a jump shooter.
Yeah, he wanted to shoot the free throw line jumper, or
he's like Porzingis almost,
Yeah, I read a stat that ever since I heard a stat they mentioned on NBA Today, the radio show, that Anthony Davis, since the bubble, all his efficiency things have just have bottomed out. In the bubble, he was balling out. The bubble, he was killing it. But as he left the bubble last year and this year, is just
I mean, and I know because I got him in fantasy. He's still a guy who he'll give you great fantasy numbers because he does so many things. He blocks shots, he rebounds, he stat stuffs, but he doesn't. But he's not the guy who you can just say, you know what, AD, we need you to dominate the game. Not even like a Dame Lillard or those kind of guys. He's below those guys.
If the Lakers are going to compete for a championship, that's what everybody has been. Every NBA guy I've been hearing talking saying, until AD becomes, like Joey said, becomes that best player for the Lakers, they're not winning no championship.
No, and I mean, LeBron's best teams that he's always won on, they've always had shooters. They've always had those guys. And we knew going in, Russell Westbrook, how was that going to fit? The issues were going to be, he's not an off-the-ball guy. And when he becomes off the ball, he's one of the worst type of shooters in the league as far as that. What they need from Westbrook is exactly the opposite of what he's great at. So, you're bringing in a guy who's just a star, but he doesn't gel. So to me, that's not where they should have gone. And now you're struggling because of it. And LeBron has not been able to stay healthy and good enough long enough now to be able to just carry them. I mean, they're getting smoked right now, or they were last time I checked, by the Spurs at home. They were losing by 13.
Right now tonight? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, let me see.
So LeBron's got 23 he's got half of the freaking points. Nobody else is even in double digits.
Yeah, so they're at 55-63 right now at home. And
let's talk about the defense. You're giving that many points to the Spurs.
LeBron's got 23, 5, and 4, and no one else is even in double digits.
The Spurs leading scorer is some dude named Jock Landale. Like, he's the leading scorer for the Spurs.
Yeah, they got a bunch of guys in 10.
Some rookie.
So I mean, I think that's just they're just going to be an average team, and it's not the old LeBron. He's still a guy who can dominate and still be a top 5 player in the league. But I think that door of him just being able, that window of him just being able to just go out and just dominate whole series, I think that kind of has passed. And he shouldn't have to. 37 years old, he shouldn't have to be asked to do that. You know what I mean?
You do wonder, do they really have do you think they're really serious about these rumors of moving Westbrook? And
I'm sure they want to because they know they can't win with them.
Who's going to take Westbrook on?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the only way would be a team like maybe in Indiana that looks for like a salary dump or something.
But who are the Lakers going to get, right? I mean, Lakers clearly need somebody who can shoot and play defense. And I mean, I
never have let like Danny Green. That's a guy who was good for them.
Yeah. But I mean Danny Green is he's not doing crap this year.
Well, no, but that's the kind of guys they need, especially even him. But I'm saying those are your kind of guys that you need to. They should have gotten like a Norman Powell or something. True.
Norman Powell would have been a good fit for them.
Yeah,
good defender, tough, can knock down a jump shot, can get his own shot too.
Yeah, that's what they need, not a Westbrook.
You need people who can space the floor.
Yeah. I just think that they're just
and play defense. Because you can space the floor and can't play D, it don't matter.
Unless Anthony Davis comes out and just decides to want to be the guy who's not just the guy who puts up numbers, but is actually gonna turn into a game changer. But I mean, we saw Giannis was able to flip that switch and change. But Davis is older than Giannis, right?
Yes, he is.
So, I mean, we've never seen that in his career once. So, he's always just been a guy who just dominates from a fantasy standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
But there's been other guys. Carl Mello was that guy. Tracy McGrady was that guy. There's been guys in the career who put up massive numbers, but they never can flip that switch to take it to that kind of next level. I mean, we're wondering if Luka's going to be that guy.
Yeah.
Nah, he's not. Not unless he changes his offseason program.
Which, I mean, like you said, that could be Anthony Davis. Luka could be going in that room.
If you coming into the season trying to get into shape in the NBA, you're already done.
Yeah.
Right?
Give me some meatballs.
Yeah. Spaghetti and meatballs, baby.
Not good.
Yeah, so we're all in agreement that right now, as of right now, 6 or worse and probably bounced in the first round is all. We're all agreeing.
Bounce, baby. Bounce.
All right, let's get into JV. I'm going to throw it to you because you got the information on our first
parlay time. Like Joey said, get your money ready, right? You can go to, listen, there are, especially for all my first-time bettors, right? If you want to, you should look on some of these apps. I can name 5 online betting apps in Virginia. There's probably more, but I know you got FanDuel Sportsbook. You got BetMGM. You got DraftKings Sportsbook. You got Caesar Sportsbook. You got BetWin Sportsbook, right? Any of these sportsbooks, you can go in and get this parlay, right? And if it's your first time going on there, you probably get a good free bet, right?
Yeah, look for the promotions. If you go on.
Yeah, look for the promotions, right? And if you are trying to hook us up, send me a message so I can see you that link so I can get some free money too.
Yeah.
Right. I had this one dude that I coached his daughter in track. He's go to my school. He talked to me at the game. Was like, yo, he's doing the best prop bets. And I was telling him about Caesars, and I sent him the link, but he never signed up for it. So I think he need to sign up for it. Makai says thank you too, guys. I guess he was still listening because I said we all said Johnson. And I told him good luck.
Yeah,
this week
we're not going to bid on Makai, right? We're going to let him. We're going to give him that for free.
Yeah, we're not going to send him a bill. No bill. It's free. no bill. We haven't gotten to that level yet. When we start charging for.
All right.
Man, but it's so much. It's so much free information out there you can use that I would never charge anybody for fantasy advice. I mean, my man C Double called me last week for fantasy advice, and we had a conversation. Rodney, my man Hot said it was coaching. I said, Rodney, it's not coaching, right? It's fantasy. It's the exchange of information, right? Because you can go out there and find this stuff anywhere. Everybody got their opinions because in the end, you make the final decision. No matter what we tell you, what somebody tells us, we're the ones that click that button and choose that player, and whatever happens, happens. It's fantasy. But anyway, here is our parlay. You can get it on FanDuel, anywhere you can get this parlay, right? So three team parlay. We got the Bills against the Patriots straight up. The spread was like 1.5. So I was like, well, I don't need the points because I just got a message from C Double that said he forgot to start AJ Brown in one of his leagues. Oh my goodness.
Geez.
It must have been against Joey.
Hopefully
It had to be.
the NFL league. Hopefully.
No, it must have been a different league because somebody else has AJ Brown. Let me look.
Joey got so excited.
It wasn't a different league.
Oh,
I don't know what league he's talking about. Must be, I don't know maybe it's the CJ Square one. Maybe he's in the consolation round talking about that. Okay.
I was just looking it up.
Because I know the guy because Chris is in my ESPN league. I know the guy I'm playing against is AJ Brown, and my man Dennis has AJ Brown in the NFL league. He's going against the professor. Professor's on life support right now. Austin Eckler is out.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry is out.
Yes, he is.
Dak not putting up numbers. He does have Cooper Kupp, but can Cooper Kupp save his season? The professor went 13-1.
That one loss.
13-1. And the guy he's playing is 7-7. And professor's season could come to an end. That'll be a horrible ending. But if it does happen, he deserved it. Anyway, yeah, that's right. That's just fantasy, right? So getting back to that parlay, NFL parlay this weekend, we got the Bills straight up, right? So when you're doing your picks, look for the Bills on the money line. You probably can get that at a plus, either a plus 110, plus 106. We got the Chargers, and you may want to do it like tonight, right? Because we got the Chargers laying the points against the Texans. My man's Joey said the Chargers are going to blow the Texans out. The points right now are at 10.5. So Chargers, Justin Herbert, the kid that Joey don't like. I can tell you, Justin Herbert has been bringing home the bacon for me in one league. I went 11-3 in that league. I do have Debo in that league as well. So I do have Debo in that league and a whole bunch of other running backs too. Najee Harris and Aaron Jones and Jeff Wilson, all those guys. And my man, Chris, yours was the Seahawks laying the points. They 6.5 against the Bears. I think the Seahawks are going to, that home field advantage, that 12th man, Seahawks should win by a touchdown.
You want to get in.
Justin Fields and the Bears.
You want to get in before that, because that number is probably going to go to 7. You want to get under that touchdown number, which is huge. Those key numbers in the NFL. So if you can get it for 6.5.
I ain't gonna lie, I already put that bet in on Caesars.
Yeah, you got
right after we did it. I already put my parlay in for that on Caesars.
Yeah, you got to get that in early.
Yep.
There you go.
So yeah, that is.
We'll see if we can pop one.
Prop bets, you know what I'm saying? You don't gotta start big. I keep it. You ain't gotta start big, man. Just get that free bet money. Use that free money and make that bet, and maybe you can win big, or just put something small on it, build that money up, and make you you gotta bet your conscience. You gotta bet what you got. Scam money don't make money, but you ain't got no money. Don't go in there and start betting and lose your money.
I saw FanDuel. They're doing Charles Barkley has all these, it's for the 12 days of Christmas or something. So they said new bettors, I think, their first game, either Christmas or the next day, it's their first bet that they make. It's a plus 3,000, no matter what, money line bet.
Oh, when the online betting apps first came to Virginia, they were giving ridiculous stuff. The first bet I made on Caesars, It was if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers score 1 point plus 110.
Yeah.
Your max bet was $25 up, $25.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, they hook you in, right? They
Bring you in,
right? Bring you in, because I've been losing money all year since then.
They hooked you in. We finally hooked Joey in. We finally got Joey.
Joey making them penny bets. You bet a penny, Joey. Go ahead, bet a nickel on it. Put a nickel on it, Joey. You probably come back with 15 cents, man. Build
the bankroll up. That's racks and racks and racks.
Here is the one thing that I can say is good about betting with on these apps and betting with like a bookie. Because with a bookie, you start betting and you start betting and you betting and you betting and you betting money that you don't have sometimes. Or you got to go get. On the apps, if the money not in your account, you ain't betting.
It's like you better reload.
Yeah, you better reload, and they'll give you. And if they see you like not betting, you get an email saying, "Hey, we got a free bet for you this week. Go ahead and sign in. You got a free bet."
Yeah.
You know,
that's the equivalent of the hotels. They give you the free hotel at the Vegas and all that. Try to give you.
And you gotta do the tour and everything. I've done it. That's how I went to Vegas. I did the tour, and you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So, all right. Now, we got something coming up now that you haven't seen that much in a while, but it's the hot take, man. Episode 35, man. You go back through our catalog, right? I think we have one more show before the new year starts. That's next week. Man, our catalog next week will be 36 episodes. I can't believe we've done that many. So much content, and it's even more than 36 episodes in there. Is other stuff. You're going to learn how to do a flex league pick or your fantasy draft. It's like 5 fantasy draft videos on there, from basketball to football, and
so much knowledge.
That's a lot of stuff. And the smallest thing can give you an advantage. You don't even realize it, right? The smallest thing. But anyway, we got Joey's hot take. Well, before Joey presents his hot take for today, y'all heard that ruffling sound in paper? I gotta bring up some hot take information for Joey. That's right. Go ahead and cover your face. So some of Joey's past hot takes have been really good, you know, and whenever they've been good, I've given him his props every time. But then there are some hot takes that Joey made that are hot garbage. So let me give you a couple of them.
Please read them.
All right. Now, early in the year, when we found out that Julio Jones was going to the Titans, Joey said, JB and Chris, Julio Jones will play in 14 games. He will have 70 receptions, 1,100 yards, and 8 touchdowns. Needless to say, that's not going to happen.
It's not walking through that door.
Julio has played in 9 games, so they have 2 games left. So guess what? He will play 14 games.
Yeah.
He has, counting tonight, he has 26 catches.
He's got to go off.
Or he gotta have 2 games where he got to put up at least 350 yards.
He's got to have 20 catches, 350 yards.
And 4 touchdowns the next 2 weeks.
Vintage Julio. Vintage Julio.
Listen, in order for him to make this hot take, he has to have at least 380 a week and 4 touchdowns. And he has to have at least 21 catches per week.
Not likely. Not likely.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but here's one of my favorite ones. Danny Pennies, or AKA Danny Dimes.
How dare you? How dare you?
My man's Joey had the audacity to come on this show in a hot take and tell me and Chris that Danny Dimes was going to put up MVP level numbers.
I say MVP level numbers.
Oh, you look at you guys right now. These numbers you say you're going to put up are MVP level. You said Danny Dimes would have 4,200 yards passing with 35 touchdowns.
Didn't I say 4,000 total yards?
First of all, right now, and that's not even mention that he's done for the season.
He's done.
He's out. That dude had 2,428 yards, touchdowns passing, 7 interceptions, 2 rushing touchdowns, and the next hot take goes right along with that. The Giants will win the NFC East.
It was a different looking NFC East in August. It was a different looking NFC East.
So the Giants currently are in last place, but not eliminated from the playoffs.
Not yet.
All right. Now here's some other ones from college football. I mean, Joey crushed college football. He crushed the pick'em.
Thank you.
But these things he got absolutely wrong.
I've been a little far.
Oklahoma was going to make the college football playoff. Not happening. I even drafted them in my conference, and not happening.
Yeah.
Nebraska will win 7 games.
Could have.
Could have.
Or, let me just say, there may be two of those. I may be adjusting a little bit and be ready to play them come next August.
Oh, back to Nebraska? You're going back to the cornfield?
Okay. And here are my last 2.
Oh, there are more?
Yeah. Spencer Rattler.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Will be the top quarterback taken in 2023.
Yeah.
Unless he goes to South Carolina and lights it up.
He is, but by the way, he is.
Against SEC competition every week.
He's gonna light it up.
Yeah, that one's still standing then.
Yeah, and then DJ from Clemson going to be the top QB in 2024.
Yeah,
unless he makes some drastic changes, that ain't happening.
Yeah.
But anyway, so those were some of Joey's hot takes. Anytime he gets one right, I give him his props. But when we get some wrong, I gotta hold his feet to the fire. That's how it is.
I deserve that. I deserve that.
I mean, they're hot takes. They gotta be something. You're gonna miss some of it.
Yeah. So what is your hot take for today, Joey? What you got for the people?
Chris and JB Millions. This is one of the easiest hot takes. One of the easiest ones. Everyone knows Christmas Day. NBA.
Hawks.
Christmas Day, NBA. 12 o'clock.
Oh, geez.
Madison Square Garden.
You know this is going.
Jump ball will be at 12:06 likely. Should that be my hot take? When will they actually tip off? It's a class scheduled game. Maybe
the hot take. The game will start at 12:05 when the tip starts. No.
Okay. But there is no line on the actual game yet, but it doesn't matter. There will be one winner. I don't care what the line is.
There has to be one winner. What are you talking about?
I don't care what the line is.
You're taking straight up Knicks win.
Straight up.
Bing bong.
Bing bong. L, what do you have to say to Joe Byron?
What's up, baby? Take me out to
Boom. Boom. Hey, yo.
Yeah.
I'm really close because remember, after the Knicks suffered a gentleman's sweep 4-1 and were completely outplayed in every game.
So many shooters.
They were all over. And
They were like hawks.
Ice Tray did whatever he wanted. Ice Tray took a bow in the Garden. How dare he?
Garden.
And there was a lot of talk
about rocking though on Christmas.
You know what he did to y'all, Joey?
You
know what he did to y'all? He son y'all.
He did son us. And there was a lot of negativity going towards Julius Randle. I'm I'm this close to saying that Julius Randle is going to score more points than Trae Young. I'm not going to go there yet.
Playing? I thought he was in COVID protocol.
Is Ice Trae playing?
No, man. He didn't play tonight, man. I think he in COVID protocol, bro.
Okay, well, sucks for
all their shooters are in protocols, I believe, for the Hawks.
Knicks
man.
will win on Christmas Day. This will be a very happy Christmas.
Are you sure? Because your Knicks just dropped a game to the Wizards without Bradley Beal in the Garden.
Yes, they did.
With Kemba going off.
Kemba went off and they wasted it. Kemba is finally back in the lineup and they wasted a 40-point gem. How dare they?
Yeah, all their shooters.
Man, Ice Trae may make an appearance, man, but man, he went on protocols last Sunday, so I don't know. You know, Ice Trae is second in the league in scoring right now.
Is he really? What's he averaging? 28?
27.3.
Ice Trae.
The Hawks have taken a small step backwards. Small step. They're trying to figure themselves out too. They were partying too much after making the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, they got a little bit too excited.
Yeah, yes, they did. But they will suffer another defeat at the Garden.
So right now, that's a good hot take because we've been talking about that game.
Yes, we have.
Since the schedule came out,
yes, we have.
Back in August, June, or July. This was in the summertime. We were talking about that game.
As soon as they were released, we did a
we talked about that game, right? Because that was one of our first questions. Which Christmas Day game are you most?
Which one? I think I took Golden State because I was talking about Clay. I thought would be back.
Yeah, and I took. I think I took the Lakers and the Nets, which.
Who's Golden State playing?
So what?
Who is Golden State playing Christmas Day?
Golden State's against Phoenix.
Oh, that's a big.
That's the big game. That's the big game.
Best game all day. 8:00 game.
Western
half the guys gonna be on COVID.
It's a 5:00.
Oh, okay.
Brooklyn Lakers is the 8:00.
Yeah. Western Conference Final preview.
No doubt. That's going to be the Western Conference Final. That is going to be the final.
Phoenix is better than they were last year, and Chris Paul will not get one MVP votes, and he's the reason why.
He finished 5th last year. He'll get votes.
He's not going to get any this year.
We'll go over that later once, and you can throw him on your first team All Pro.
I will.
The floor general.
Oh man, we got to do. They already had the Pro Bowl before they picked the first team All Pro teams. We got to do our first team All Pro teams for the NFL, and our pick for the NFL MVP.
We can get next week. We'll do that. We can do the.
Okay.
Well, I just don't know. I don't know enough about offensive line, guys.
Little surprising that Dak made it in and Matt Stafford didn't. I'm a little surprised.
Dak got picked for the Pro Bowl?
That he did make the Pro Bowl, right?
Nah, he didn't get it. He wasn't picked for the Pro Bowl. Dallas, the only guys from Dallas offense that made the Pro Bowl were Smith and Martin.
I thought
and
that
the punter. He may
I
be
thought
a
that
Pro Bowl alternate. That could
Okay.
have been it.
Okay.
I mean, you in a conference that has you got Brady and Rodgers. I mean, Brady and Rodgers could have been mediocre and they would have got picked for the Pro Bowl regardless. Like I know how Chris mentioned the Green Bay team and Rodgers earlier. Green Bay has, and I think like when Chris mentioned how he looks so cool out there, because Green Bay has the slowest pace of any team in the league.
Yeah, they just don't.
I mean, I've heard it. I heard the commentators mention it. It's a stat that he mentioned every time I see him play on TV. How, like Green Bay, Rodgers comes to the line of scrimmage and they'll run the clock for like 20 seconds before you hike the ball every play, unless they're in a hurry up. So, but anyway, I think Joey's playing Rodgers against me. He loaded. He got Rodgers and Stafford going against me. I
purposely played Rodgers against you, JB, just to prove to you that he is still the baddest man walking.
We'll see. We'll see. You got some of your heavy hitters and hit the you know what. So that's you know what I'm saying. So we'll see, man. We'll see. It's all You gotta talk that trash regardless, right? Same energy, lose or win, the same energy every time. But anyway, I lost the Buttons in fantasy basketball last week. Buttons beat me 7-6.
Buttons is on a hot streak right now.
Yeah, whatever. Buttons don't get too hyped. Don't get too hyped up, bro.
He just hustles. He's like
don't get hyped up, Buttons.
A pool shark.
You know what happened, Buttons. You know what happened. So don't even start thinking, yeah, I got JB. Nah, you don't have JB, Buttons. You don't have me. I see. And speaking of fantasy basketball, I'll let you go with this one caveat. In fantasy basketball, my man Joey is in the same position he's used to, looking up at me.
I'm looking up, but I'm a couple floors lower.
That is correct.
Ooh, boy. Oh, OB's lives, baby. Oh, I see OB lives. I see you trying to just stay there in my back pocket.
OB Lobs will be in the finals.
Joey, again. What Joey's doing is he's drafting right now, when those bikers and they let the front guy do all the work.
Yeah. Just like last year. Like last year.
Shot around right at the end.
Joey was so happy that he wasn't in my bracket last year. He didn't want no parts of me. He just wanted. He thought he had you though. He was like, "Yeah, I got Chris." Got him.
Look at Joey frozen right on that.
I know.
You're frozen on that. You were frozen on this guy.
I should have did a screenshot of that and saved it. Yeah, your connection is going bad. Well, everybody, that is our show for tonight. You got some of our extra commentary at the end. I'm glad some of y'all jumped on, made some comments. Oh, Joe, you had one of your kids say, "I found you." You say, "I found you, Mr. Neal." Their name was unknown, so I can't even say who it was. They said hi, and then they say, "I found you, Mr. Neal."
You need to tell them to write their names next time, Joey.
How can we unknown? How can we shout you out, bro? If you don't put your name on there,
you don't get extra.
They want extra credit.
Really.
Joey.
Oh, look at Joey's face this time. Lord have mercy. Goodness gracious.
First.
Joey's all freezing up. You're freezing up.
You like this, Joey.
Where are you?
Goodness.
Where are you driving through, Joey? Geez.
We got off
the bridge tunnel?
We just got off the airport exit in Stafford.
Oh, okay. So y'all almost home. Okay.
We're almost there.
Wow. All right. So signing off, everybody. We'll see you next week for that New Year's Day edition of CJ Squared, episode 36. Check us out. Of course, we're gonna make it happen. Chris, what you got for him before we go?
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody. Just have a great holidays, whatever you celebrate. Just enjoy yourself, be safe, and just enjoy. Looks like Christmas Day is gonna be warm, so
yep.
Yeah, just go out, enjoy yourself, and watch some sports, watch a little basketball and
football on
Big day.
and big game. You got the Packers and the Browns, and you got the NBA all day. Before I go to Joey, I want to let y'all know I'm celebrating Festivus. We will be airing grievances in my home. We'll be talking about what I have a problem with. I will be airing all my grievances to my wife and everybody else in this house on Christmas Day.
Yeah, you get all Festivus for the rest.
Festivus. That's what I'm talking about. Airing of grievances. I got my poll too. We'll be wrestling for everything. Just watch. Festivus, baby. Go ahead. What you got for him, Joey? You on freeze mode, but what you got for him?
Am I still frozen?
Yeah, with your mouth wide open.
Am I still frozen? Everybody's good now? Am I
Man,
we hear you,
it's like you in a kung fu movie. Like you.
Just a simple happy holidays from CJ Squared, and please get vaccinated. It's us against COVID. It's not. We're all on the same team. Get vaccinated. Thank you.
Get that booster, baby.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Hey, yo.
Bing bong.